on my feet, keep my cipher complete. Nikes and the Nikes on my feet, keep my cipher complete. Nikes on my feet, keep my cipher complete.
Hey, lace 'em up, lace 'em up, lace 'em up, lace 'em. Blue suede shoes stay crispy like bacon. Nikes on my feet make my cipher.
Alright, what's up YouTube? Cali 12 Whopper back with another video. I'm gonna show you guys an SB sample that I just picked up. I picked it up about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I'm not too sure. I've had it on Instagram, I've had it up on Instagram since the day I got it. So just go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Cali 12 Whopper. So basically about a month ago or so, it might be a little longer, I re-picked these up, the snake skins. I mean, I got these for a good price. They're like $65 dead stock. I've always been a big fan of this shoe. A lot of people hate on it. A lot of people don't really like it. I've always been a big fan of it. I've always thought it was just a pretty cool shoe. I mean, the quality is nice. The nubuck is nice. It's super soft and buttery. I'm not too sure why people hated on it. But I've always been a big fan of it. So with that said, I do have this pair of dead stock. I was on eBay browsing one day and I came across something for a pretty good price. It was about $140, so it was a really good price. In my eyes, I thought it was a good price. And I came across samples of the Nike SB snakeskin. So here's a sample bag. I did not get a sample tag, but it's okay. So we have the Nike SB snakeskin samples, as you can see. Really cool, man. I mean, size 9, as all samples are. It was just really cool that I was able to find a pair of samples. I've come across a couple more pairs of samples. The reason I had to get these was because when I was at Dunk Exchange in February, there was a guy that had a table. It was lined up with a lot of samples, and he had Red Lobster samples. And he only had them for about, I think it was like 300. And I mean, it was totally different from the release, and they looked really clean. But I walked around, when I went back to cop them, someone had already copped them from me. So if you're watching this, screw you. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to you, man, for copying them, whoever it was out there. But he had other samples. He had, I believe, Heaven's Gate samples, but he wanted like, I think, 1,000 for them. There was a couple more samples he had that I really wasn't interested in. So about maybe 2 weeks after Dunk Exchange, I was on eBay, and they had a pair of the Loons that hadn't released from like 04. The guy was only asking 200, and I was waiting, and then some guy finally copped, so I missed out on that. So when I saw these, I was like, I'm not gonna miss out on another pair of samples, especially these right here. You don't come across these samples every day, mainly because a lot of people didn't really like the original release, which is this one right here. A lot of people didn't really like this release, but I thought it was pretty cool to have a pair of samples in the collection. These are my first SB samples, so that was pretty cool. So now I'm just going to show you guys a couple of the key differences from the release pair and the non-release pair. So let's do it! Alright, so just going to do a quick comparison showing you guys the two sneakers. So starting off first with the sample pair, you can tell the obvious difference. I mean, right back here on the leather on the heel, you obviously don't have the black print to basically make it actually look like snake print. I mean, you still have the whole print going on the leather, you just don't have the black that makes it pop. Same thing with the eyelids, it's just a solid yellow. So that's that, and then the pair that actually released, you have your little hits of black throughout the leather, especially on the eyelids. You can really tell a big difference on the eyelids. I mean, it just makes it look a lot more like a snake, you know. And then this pair over here, it's a little lighter. The red's a little lighter. I mean, the yellow's like it pops, like it's like an actual solid, like actual colored yellow. While opposed to over here, it's a darker red, and then the yellow is kind of like a mustard yellow. But I mean, that's just one of the different. Looking at the backs, you can tell it's two completely different backs again. You have your solid yellow, solid red, then you got your yellow and your darker red with the hit of black. You got that little extra snake type feature to it. Both Nikes are still on a, actually the back on this one's actually suede, while this one's nubuck, so that's pretty cool. Nubuck is also the same, nice and buttery. I was actually really impressed with the quality of the butter on the shoes, on the quality of the nubuck. It's really nice. I think it's one of the most underrated nubucks on a shoe, because I mean, it's black. I mean, it does kind of get pretty dusty and a little ugly if you rub your fingers through it, but it's really dope. I mean, it's super buttery. So the tongues are still the same. You got like your kind of like your maroonish red color right there, and then same thing with the sample. The tongue seems a lot fatter on the sample. You can see the tongue seems a lot fatter. I'm not sure if it's because it's like a whole size bigger, but the tongue does look a lot fatter. One more thing, the sample, it's actually more heavily padded than the pair that actually released. So I thought that was pretty cool. I actually prefer SBs to be more padded. I like the whole feel to them when they're actually padded. So this is the sample version that actually released. I prefer the version that released. I think it looks a lot better, but I mean, it's always cool to have a sample. So there it is, YouTube. Just go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. I'm happy to have these in the collection. Comment, like, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed the comparison. I know it wasn't much. There wasn't too many big differences, but yeah, all my SB heads I know will appreciate a sample and a nice review.